Welcome back to the Crystal Palace save here on FC26. We start today with a cup final in the Carabao Cup, which I believe, with the most recent patch, should actually have the correct in-game branding now. The graphics package for Carabao Cup should be here, so no perfect time to implement that than for the final, I suppose. Then we've got the knockout rounds of the Europa League on the way as well. Not sure if we'll get through this one. We scraped through against Bayer Leverkusen, of course, on penalties in the last episode, which is certainly worth your watch if you haven't seen it. Start with Villa, then we've got Juventus, then Arsenal, and then, well, to be fair, that might be as far as we get, quite frankly, because I don't think I'm going to be in a position to sim either leg of the Europa League against Juventus. So it's going to be a pretty cut and dry, simple episode for us today. There will be some Football Manager on the channel coming very soon. There may even be an episode of it today. There may well have already been an episode of it today. It depends how much I'm able to get recorded throughout the rest of this record day. And hopefully there may well have been an FM video for you this morning. If there wasn't, then there'll be one over the next couple of days, certainly. And then Friday, the plan is to... I will actually be live for a bit on Friday. The plan is to stream Football Manager for almost all of the Friday sections. So keep your eyes peeled for that, certainly, on Friday. But YouTube video-wise, obviously Palace and Valencia will continue, and hopefully we'll get some Football Manager to you very, very soon if we haven't already had the third episode come your way. So, spouting over, drop the video like, subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on any of the content, and hopefully we can win a trophy today. Oh, boy. It's raining, unfortunately, but... that's a new star head from Mateta. That's what we're playing for. New star head from Mateta. He was bald. The little shitty hair has gone. Hooray. Now, do we have upgraded realistic graphics package for the EFL Cup? Yes, we do. Love to see that. Here's Aston Villa's lineup then. Emi Martinez in goal. Cash, Konsa, Mendy at centre-back, and Ian Martson on the left. Grimaldo, Anana, Tielemans and Morgan Rogers in the midfield with Mateta and Ollie Watkins up top. And now bald, as he should be. Mateta, or shaved, as he should be. Jean-Philippe Mateta up top for Aston Villa. That's my starting lineup. Abdi Ezozuli starts on the right and Moura on the left. We're basically full strength, other than Uche and Abdi Ezozuli, basically. Uche, A, asked to play, and B, John Duran is a little bit fatigued, so we'll make sure he's well rested for the game against Juventus, but he should still have enough in the locker to be able to come on and make an impact in this game should we need him to. Last time we played Aston Villa, it was a 0-0 draw. We might have to rely on penalties again if that is the case here, obviously, but we'd like to get the victory if we can in 90 minutes. Watkins over the top looking for Morgan Rogers, brought down well. Diamande trying to stand him up. Morgan Rogers very nearly ran straight off the pitch with it, but still keeps it under control. Finds Yuri Tielemans, who absolutely can shoot. Here's Mateta. Rogers might go back to Mateta. He's done me with a turn. I can't get near him. It's 1-0 Aston Villa. That was an excellent piece of dribbling from Morgan Rogers. He overdid it in the first place, but he learnt from that. And then the second time he got possession of the ball in that move, one quick turn, get the shot away. They've scored. It's not going to be 0-0 this time. Emi Martinez trying to put the pressure on here as they've kind of dipped into a bit of a defensive shell there. It's going to fall to Timber, and Morton will get a spin in. Yeah, Moura pushed a long way forward. We will get that to Uche and get away from the defender that was with me. I'll look for Uche over the top. Can he get to that first? No, Ezri Constance done well. It will still fall for me, though. Let's try and keep it away from Aston Villa feet. Morton, Timber, some room to get into. Room gone. Morgan Rogers is tucking inside, and it's just adding that extra body in a central area that is making it really, really difficult to get through this backline. Looking for Uche. Oh, Ezri Constance done me. Maybe I should have left Ezri Constance at right back and left Villa weaker. I've made this job harder for myself by giving the opposition manager a little bit of helping hand. But Ezozouli's in, and Emi Martinez is always quick off his line to get it narrowed in terms of a shooting angle. It's not the first time we've seen him get out to me in a similar fashion like that. Villa dominating possession in that first half, and as such limiting us to one shot, and we've managed to limit them to one shot despite their high possession stats. So if we can keep the ball away from them for longer in this second half, then in theory, we should have a better opportunity of finding another goal-scoring chance. But Ollie Watkins is going to show that level of interception ability. I might find it quite difficult to hold on to the ball. Most of it's come through Morgan Rogers for them as well, who's been very, very good in this game. I didn't really enjoy using him on FC25 when we had him in the RTG, but I tell you what, he's really difficult to play against in this save right now, especially at 86 rated. And here he is again, involved, delivering the ball. And there's a Nana with a big header, and Henderson gets to it. I needed to put the positional input in to try and get the clearance away, but thankfully Mateta's just knocked out for a goal kick. Last thing we need is a second goal before we've been able to get one back. If we go 2-0 down, I'd say it's game over, because I haven't got that confidence boost of knowing I can score against them. They are bossing it. They're running things here at Wembley. We are not far away now from making it 2 cup finals reached, 2 cup finals lost. Brilliant. See what we can do still. There is time. Curtis Jones looking for Sarr. Found. He's the man again. If in doubt at Crystal Palace, call on Ismaila. He answers that call every time. 1-1. Augusto. I'll just lift this. Was meant to go down the line, but still found a Palace player at least. Multitude of changes for us. Try and find a way through, potentially for a second time. Duran through that gap. Beat the man. John Duran off the bench here. John Duran! It would have been a winner, surely, in the 88th minute. And with the amount of space he had there, not much, but enough, you would have expected that to get on target at least. It's disappointing from the Colombian. We want more. We need more. Morgan Rogers chests that down, and Danny Slater's been absolutely ruined there, but he's going to have the pace to get himself back in position and win the ball back, and that is the sort of determination you love to see from a young player looking to slot Amora through the gap. But Konsa reads it and tucks in well and cuts it out nicely. 3 minutes added on here, one of which already played. It looks like we're headed to extra time here at Wembley, potentially for this Carabao Cup final. You'd say almost certainly now, with time ticking down and Villa forced backwards. The referee is going to blow his whistle, and we will have to play an extra 30 minutes to try and find a winner in this Carabao Cup final. They've taken Mateta off and brought on Evan Gesson for this extra time period here. So it's a lovely ball through. I think Tielemans might have been offside there. Sure he was. He's buried it brilliantly, but he was offside. I thought so. There will be no Mateta winning goal here. It was quite a way off as well, I think, actually, Tielemans. Oh, it looked a lot more. I didn't see Malagusto on the far side. I was so confident that he was off. Actually, I get away with one there. That could genuinely have actually counted if Malagusto had been even a couple of inches deeper in his defensive positioning. I think it's going to be pens. Well in, Danny. Couldn't keep it in play, though. Villa's still keeping the pressure on. Oh, what a whip. Keeper's there. Right, counter-attack has been our best opportunity for goal scoring and attack so far in this game. Can we do it again? Sarr needs to get it under control. Has done. Looking for John Duran. Here's the moment. Is this the Carabao Cup? In the bag! Woo! We might have missed the last one. In the last minute! Crystal Palace have won a trophy again. It's a domestic cup. FA Cup. In real life, and we've now added the Carabao Cup to it as well. That's a huge finish. Wow! He's almost under more pressure than he was from the first one with the tug on the shirt from Konsa, but he shrugs it off and then just has the freedom to go through the shooting animation without getting any sort of interference from the defender, and he could not have finished that any better. I was really disappointed with the first effort he took. We said on the counter-attack was probably going to be our best chance of winning the game, and guess what? Counter-attack, and if the referee does us a favour, we've won the game! Crystal Palace have a successful trip to Wembley once more. We were one cup final played, one cup final lost, and by the skin of our teeth, we've managed to bring home another piece of silverware. I'm not sure who's wearing the captain's armband. Quinton Timber, I think, is going to be the man to lift the trophy for us. Oh, that gives us hope, massive hope, that if we can reach the Europa League final, then we can bring home the silverware and do the business on the day. Wait until the very last moment. We had to go in that one, but I just wanted to avoid penalties so desperately, so desperately. I know we won the penalty shootout yesterday, but they're so tense. They're so very, very intense. Well, as it says, winners. Right, okay. Job number 1 done of the day. Now it's just a case of Juventus and Arsenal left to go, isn't it? Do drop the video a like for the cup final win. I'd appreciate that very much. Right, it's the least important trophy we've had the opportunity to win and will ever have the opportunity to win. But we've won it. Now let's go and get ourselves closer to another one, if we can. Juventus have a very good team. Michele Di Gregorio in goal for them. Kirkes, Bremer, Gatti, Cancelo, Locatelli, Thuram, Zagrova, Yildiz, Conceição, David. Everybody other than Zagrova is 83, 4, 5 or 6 rated. It's a very good team. We're going to not have an easy time of things here away from home in Italy. Nor back home in South London as well for leg 2, I don't think. We had Juventus in the Valencia save in the Champions League. We snuck a last-minute winner against them. Now, this is over 2 legs, so we need just the 1 goal, hopefully. But if we can get multiple to give ourselves the best chance of victory, that would be lovely. It's a great ball into Wharton there, and then more around the corner. We could be in immediately. We'll try and tuck it back, and Duran very nearly gave us a goal at the very beginning of this one after a goal at the very end of the last one. I can't get to that, and that's over me, unfortunately. Right, this is going to be the most difficult test we've had in Europe to all save. Includes last season's run to the Conference League final as well. Duran, turn onto your left, mate. Go on! Well, he missed the first opportunity in the Carabao Cup final, but since then, 100% accuracy into the very top corners. John Duran, Crystal Palace 1, Juventus 0. I mean, if we can somehow make ourselves so good on the scoreline that we can sim this second leg, that would be great, but I don't think it's going to happen. Jonathan David and Yildiz. Locatelli with a good switch. Zagrova as well. Cancelo. Oh, he's done brilliantly. That's right. Oh, turn. Joao Cancelo. Remember what I said about us maybe trying to get ourselves in a position to sim the second leg, although I did think it was unlikely. My point has been proven instantaneously. That calibre of finish from Joao Cancelo is outrageous. The movement from Conceição and then the running off the ball from the fullback, inside the fullback, and back of net. Tuck it back. Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones. Oh, that was travelling. Well held by Di Gregorio. That was on its way. Duran. Curtis Jones going again. Oh, did that hit a hand? It did. Free kick in a really, really good position. Don't have a dead ball specialist, but Ismail Assar could be the man, maybe, to give us the second goal here. No, he's not. Gusto, Jones, inside and then forward to Duran. Back four's just kind of stood firmly in front of me, and now the 2 CDMs or centre mids are there as well, but they've committed there. Curtis Jones with space. That might hit a hand as well. Right, well, let's try a left footer instead, maybe. Let's give Adam Wharton a go from this sort of position. Because he's not going to put in so much power on it that it's going to fly over the top of the bar. So we'll try and get it up and down. Just like that. Adam Wharton makes it Crystal Palace 2, Juventus 1. His first goal in the Europa League, and he might not ever score a better one in this competition. Worth a replay as well, I suppose. Up over the wall. Told you it'd suit a left footer. Did the wall jump? No, they stood there. If they jumped, maybe they blocked that. They didn't. They didn't. 2-1 Palace. Right, now don't concede immediately again this time, please, Ches. Yildiz has been very quiet in this game so far. I don't even remember him touching the ball. All seems to have come through Zagrova so far. He's Locatelli now forward from midfield. Just getting away from the challenge of Malo Gusto. Twice. Here's Yildiz now. Beats his man. Now's when Kenan Yildiz really turns up. Oh. You can't turn and clear. You have to turn and then clear. But by the time you've turned, they've taken it off you. Francisco Conceição makes it 2-2 before half-time. And this is just the first half of the first leg. I get the ball back there. I turn to clear. And you just lost it before you've done anything. Meep. Maybe because they've got something in the locker. Something cooking. Francisco. Alright, chill. They do that a lot, don't they? Since we turned the skilled dribbling up, they do the same animation. They do the same skill move a couple of times in a row. I've noticed that as well. Like they'll do the heel to heel, or they'll do like a triple step over. Which normally looks okay. But in that situation where he's doing throwing a dummy in there as well, it does look a little odd. Looking for Mora here. Lovely ball from Wharton. Turning into the gap as well. And he's just getting away from everyone here. Amora! Good save by Di Gregorio. Kirkes gets rid of that. They do have an 85 rated Cucurella to come on, or to play ahead of an 86 rated Kirkes if they need him. It's bloody Diamande. That's Amora again. No, you don't. Duran, trying to sweep it. Danny Slater's there. How's your delivery? Really, really good. Couldn't find the man. Amora. Timber. Quinton Timber. Outside of the post. We won't come any closer to a winner today. Nobody will come any closer to a winner today. The second leg is absolutely going to have to be played. And I'm obviously not going to sim Arsenal. So we will be dip. It'll be 2-2 in the first leg. Arsenal will be the final game today. And then it will be Juventus to start tomorrow. The Arsenal. 4-3-3, chasing us in the table. Mike Magnon in goal. Arnau Martinez, Schlotterbeck, Botman and Calafiori. Midfield 3 and front 3, as you would expect for Arsenal. But that back line is very new, very unfamiliar, but very bloody good. And we were right up against it against Juventus and managed to get a point. This side is even better than Juventus. But back in the Premier League, we fancy ourselves almost against anybody. Arsenal have been kind of the one side that have been more of a stickler for us than anybody else. So if we were ever going to lose a Premier League game, it was more likely to be against Arsenal than any of the other 18. Alright, playing it out from the back, Arsenal. They're going to have to make sure they get it right. As they could call. Jesus Christ, don't take the piss, will you, lads? Fuck me. All of that just to end up hoofing it anyway. Wharton, Jones. He's held on to that. What the hell, Mike? Chill, pal. He's just plucked that out of the air as if it was going about half a mile an hour. Amora trying his best against. Nearly getting the better of Calafiori. I don't understand Arsenal's playing around at the back at the minute. They're far too nonchalant back there. Top 3 is City, Newcastle, Spurs, then ourselves, and Arsenal and Chelsea chasing. Uche. Oh, he's done, Botman. That's brilliant. Kristantis Uche isn't the go-to anymore. We are contemplating selling him in the summer. Maybe we'd be wrong to. Rice. Meh. Zubimendi, Gyökeres. First time he's had the ball at his feet in this game. Zubimendi again. Declan Rice. Martinelli. No thank you. Dino right behind it. Luckily for me. First time Arsenal have properly threatened, and well, it had been all the way across the far corner. It might well have ended up sneaking in, but quite central in the end. Ezozuli. That one was more towards the corner, but still relatively straightforward for the goalkeeper at the other end of the pitch to stop from flying into the back of the net. Odegaard. It is going to open up for Saka, isn't it? Oh, it's a lovely turn. He's done me again. Bukayo Saka nearly went the whole way. I think we named an episode about him recently. Starboy strikes again. I'll tell you what, that would have been one of the best solo goals scored against us in this entire save. One of the best solo goals scored against me ever, I think, if it had been able to put that in the back of the net ultimately. Here's Declan Rice, though. He might have a go from distance, but he's a little bit slow on the uptake to actually decide to take the shot. We do love a counter-attack at Crystal Palace. And he's onside here, Ramora. Well then. Mr. Schlotterbeck. That is quite the recovery, young man. Newcastle 0, Brentford 3 has just popped up in the top right. That's a big result for us, chasing Newcastle in third in the Premier League, or second, either way. One of the two spots directly above us in the Premier League. We want to avoid any chance of getting screwed over by, say, Aston Villa winning the Europa League, who are still in the competition at this particular moment in time. And then finishing fourth and again missing out on Champions League football. If we finish fourth 2 years in a row and miss out on Champions League football 2 years in a row, this has to be one of the unluckiest things that could have happened to me in career mode, especially considering if it were real life, I would still get the Champions League football. There's Ozuli. We just got to waste the time, and we've committed Martinez to the challenge there, and we have wasted the time. We will get a 1-0 or a 2-0 result here against Arsenal. And it will be just the one, but one's enough. 3 points on the board, and maybe up to third. The potential of losing that Champions League spot to Aston Villa is as likely as it is unlikely at the minute, with them drawing 1-1 with Inter Milan in their first leg. In fact, only one side has actually got the advantage from leg number 1, and that's Sporting over Besiktas. Fiorentina is still in the competition, the side that beat us in the Conference League last season in the final there. They could make it 2 from 2 against us. That would be absolutely devastating, wouldn't it? We're not up to second or up to third. Newcastle were the ones who are a little bit further ahead. They've only drawn 1 game all year. We've drawn 10, which is not good enough, really, and it's certainly the reason why we are where we are, because Newcastle have lost 9 games this year, but we're 1 point off Spurs, and guess who we have next in the Premier League? But we are 4 points above Chelsea with a game in hand, but it looks like that game in hand is going to be Tottenham, which is obviously not going to be easy. So whilst there are minimal opportunities left for points to be added to the tally, at the minute, still very much the possibility of us dropping out of the top 4, so we cannot take the foot off the gas. We've Juventus next. The first episode, or first game, sorry, of the next episode, then it will be play Juventus, play Spurs, probably sim Ipswich, maybe even sim Brentford, and Birmingham. Oh, Birmingham, how are you getting on? Last time we checked, I think they had 7 draws and no wins. I can't remember whether that was in an episode or whether that was just for those that are here on stream. 8 draws, 24 defeats, no wins in 32 attempts. They need 3 more points to avoid breaking Derby's record. It does not look likely at the moment. Maybe I should play Birmingham to ensure that they don't just get a win in a sim against me. I'd hate to be the one to finally give them their first win. Regardless, that's all for today's episode. Thank you very much for watching. Do drop the video a like if you've enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more. Valencia later. Like I say, if there was FM earlier, check that out. If there wasn't, it'll be tomorrow. I'll see you next time.